Hey, sweet pickles. Nice to see you guys again.
Oh, yeah.
Video topic. We're talking about we are all hoarders. Now, this is an interesting topic that has unfortunately reached my mind, which is very sad because I really just got so grossed out by myself through this. Personally, I don't really think hoarders are very hygienic or a life that I would aim to live. However, it is a very big mental health issue, and there has been millions of shows and things about hoarding and hoarders and how it's like very complicated, and we've seen people like go through their old parents who were hoarders' home and like having to dissect everything. Also, I'm a very big animal lover, and a lot of animals being saved are saved from hoarder houses, which if you know what that looks like, bless your heart. You're some of the strongest people on this earth. But I wanted to talk more about that because I realized we are all hoarders, but not in the physical means necessarily. With the rise of overconsumption, everyone has started to kind of come to the realization that owning thousands of the same thing isn't normal and isn't good. It is not only bad for the environment, it is bad for you. There is this really cool, I don't know where I heard it, it's very common actually, that the more you own, the more those things take up space in your brain. And even like with rich people, they always say, like, oh, yeah, having so much money is great, but having more money means having more responsibility, so you have more to lose. That's what I've been told since a very young age. So it all comes down to it's very good to have very little. The less you have to take care of, the freer you are, which I think is very true. I think a lot of people, particularly in their younger age, experience this a little bit better than people who have like so many kids and like people in their older age who are like, you know, driving to school every day and the gears and the things and the this and the sports and everything in between and they got a full-time job and it's just so much going so on. The plate is overfull. We're all hoarders by means of what we have in the digital realm now. If you have met a Pinterest girl, you would know for sure what a hoarder looks like. Pinterest is such a big flex of like all these thousands and thousands of word of these very, very niche aesthetics that we're all just kind of like trying to capture a feeling of. And there is like thousands and thousands of pins on these boards that we never go through, we never check them out, and in the end, it's kind of meaningless. You know, like it doesn't really do anything. It's just pictures there, but somehow we have shifted hoarding from the physical realm to the mental realm, to the digital place where we can store it there, but it is still in your mind. It is still taking up that space. Same thing with all these thousands of contacts. The other day, I was speaking to a girl, and she had over 2,000 contacts on her phone of people that she didn't even talk to anymore. She didn't even know who these people were anymore. And that just really showed me like every time you do this, a little piece of you goes off to this person and you're giving out a little bit of your energy and your time and your like mental load to these places. In the end, you're so divided, you kind of start looking like a spider web. So it was just so interesting to me to see how we're all like practicing this and how we look down kind of on hoarders in the physical realm. We're like, ooh, that guy's yard is like so crazy full, but our own personal lives look like that. We're all hypocrites in a way. We're emotionally hoarding everything we can just to get by. We have hoarding of Instagram Reels, Pinterest, those recipes you always wanted to write down but you never do. We have hoarding of like photos that you save on your phone. It just becomes all these thousands and thousands of songs you've never even listened to them anymore and you have like 8,000 songs and it's like such a flex like look at me, I have so much music, but you don't listen to your 8,000 songs, you only listen to the same 100, for example, every week. So it kind of comes down to where's the line between what we call hoarders and what we call experiencing. I feel like everyone is just trying to hold on to a feeling and to hold on to what this makes them feel or to search for a part of themselves that they can't put into words. But you can't find that because yourself is so movable and like malleable, movable, and constantly fluctuating and changing that you can't capture it in a single second. So I guess this is just a call to myself and to you guys to hear if you guys have heard any or seen any like hoarding situations of this where we're hoarding conversations, we're hoarding photos, we're hoarding music, we're hoarding all these extremely insignificant garbage that made us feel something way back then, where we're trying to justify a feeling or trying to search for closure or just find a piece of ourselves that has long since then been gone. It is like we can't let go of these thoughts, these memories, these things. So let me know what you guys think, and if you guys have noticed this, I would love to know what you guys think in the pickle jar down below. Bye!